Hey guys, and welcome back to Shares Cool Beans, and this is a very special video because, as you've obviously seen in the title, I got the job. So let's just get into what happened. So while you're watching this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and thank you to everyone who's just supported the channel so far. Like, I just never imagined it would grow to like such a large audience and everything. I'm just so happy. After like a kind of burnout week and not feeling very well, I'm very like just wheezy in the chest, and like I just had some other things going on I don't really want to share, but like, yeah, the end of this week has just rounded off to a great one because I got the job. So I interviewed for a Key Stage 1 class teacher ECT position at my old primary school, and it's a very surreal feeling to be returning there, to actually be a teacher. I had the best time at this primary school. This primary school is so amazing, and if anything, it's even more amazing than what it was when I was going there. I absolutely enjoyed every single day at that school. So I'm just so thankful to like the staff for accepting me for this role. But obviously it was down to me as well. I feel like this is the best interview that I've had. Like, it's so overwhelming, I can barely speak about it, but let me just tell you what happened throughout the interview process. So I actually went in to visit the school early last week, and I was surprised that some of the staff that taught me were still there, including my year 6 teacher, who is now the deputy head there, and my year 3 teacher was still there. My year 5 teacher only just retired last year, and like some of the TAs there, they're in different positions. The TAs that were like in our classrooms at the time, they're in different higher positions now. So it was great that people have stuck around for like over 15 years. It's absolutely insane. That's how I know it's a good school. And even one of the students that went to the primary school is working there as well. And like, I know him, like we don't know each other like that, but I know of him, and it's just a very surreal experience. I'm very excited to be joining that family, and it's just like a full circle moment. So anyway, visited the school, and they just spoke about how Key Stage 1 works, basically, because the vacancy was for reception or year 1. So I had a lovely time visiting, just catching up, seeing how the school works, and speaking to some of the teachers there, which was really nice. It's really nice they allowed us to do it, and it was so informal as well. Not informal as in unprofessional, but it was just nice to have an informal chat with them. Just such a lovely environment to be in. From it was like the same as I remembered when I went there. So then I had the interview on Friday, which is yesterday. You'll see the date on this video, and even though I've been feeling like rubbish this week, I had to drag my butt out of bed and go to this interview. But I was so excited for it anyway, so it wasn't like I've never woken up for an interview feeling excited, but I was so excited. So as I was walking up to the school, there was music blasting out, like really positive pop music, like BTS, love BTS, and children were like doing sports in the playground and everything, and children were walking into the school. And as I walked into the gate, my old year 6 teacher was there to, well, she wasn't there to greet me, but she greeted me at the gate, so she was like, good luck and stuff, I'll see you in a moment. Walked into the reception, and there was this really lovely girl there who I met when we were just visiting the school beforehand. Yeah, we just got to talking about how we were feeling about the day and just what had been going on throughout the week and stuff. Then they brought us into a room just to prepare our resources and everything. There was one other candidate. Well, yeah, we just got to talking and started preparing our resources. So there was three of us. And then they finally called us in to teach our subject. So I was teaching reception phonics, first thing, read, write, ink phonics. So I came into the classroom, I started off my lesson, introduced myself, everything was going really well. And throughout the lesson, like SLT staff were coming in to observe, and they didn't have like papers and clipboards. It was really nice because that would have been off-putting. They just came in, looked at what was going on, like gave me an encouraging smile and then walked back out. But the class were doing so well with the phonics, so at one moment I was like, oh, well done reception, you are so good at these sounds. And then I was putting my sounds down, and then they're like, we're not reception, we're year one. And I literally just looked at them like, what? I was supposed to be teaching reception phonics. So I think they got my timetable a little bit mixed up. So I was so horrified, thinking that I'd just gone in there and taught the wrong thing. But it was like just a tiny mistake on their behalf. So I just asked them if it was okay for me to carry on, and they were like, yeah, it's absolutely fine. Like the level, they're on the same sort of level, so it doesn't really matter. And the children really enjoyed the lesson as well, really engaged. Went through the sounds, then the sound we were focusing on, and then words that aligned with that sound. And then I got them to make up a nonsense story with nonsense words using that sound and other words. But yeah, it was just really fun. It was more like a drama lesson because this school follows a creative curriculum. Then we had another half an hour to prepare for our maths lesson, which I really appreciated. It wasn't just getting thrown into the next one straight away. So taught the maths lesson to year one again, and my one was about non-unit measurement. So they were using cubes to measure like objects and things like that. And then on my slides I included the measurement of things that had to do with the whole school topic, what they were focusing on. And their school topic was what makes the borough we're in special. So I added some buildings in from that borough and put some like cubes on a board, and we measured it together. Then I told them how, because I'm really tall. I wouldn't say I'm really tall, I'm 5'10", but like they measured me. Well, no, they didn't measure me. I told them how tall I am with the cubes. So basically I'm 122 cubes tall, which they just could not seem to live with. They just was like, you know. But it was really funny, and the teachers really enjoyed that. They liked to see that they were really engaged with it. Then I got them on to a practical task. So I had an A3 picture of like a park, different things in a park, like a tree, a bench, a person walking their dog, a wheelbarrow, and some flowers. And they had to measure each of those items with the cubes and record it onto the worksheet. And the children got on straight away with that. They really loved it. Then we had an hour to just go out for lunch, which was nice as well, because it gave us a chance to actually prepare more for the actual interview. So I went to me and the other lovely girl that I met at the interview. We went to Tesco and just like we were just talking and stuff. And then when we came back, we were just helping each other with interview questions, which I really appreciated. Obviously, everyone's out here for themselves, but it was really nice that we were helping each other with what sort of questions we were going to answer. So she got called out first, and then we exchanged numbers so we could like message each other to see what, like, if we'd got the job afterwards. And then it was my turn for the interview. So I walk into the interview room. There are literally 6 people in the room. There's the headmaster, the assistant head, who would be our ECT mentor if we were to get the job. Then it was the deputy head, which was my old year 6 teacher. Then there was the year group lead for early years. And then there was the school governor. And then there was the Senko. So if I'm counting right, I can't even, like, my brain's just spaghetti in my head. That's like 6 people. So yeah, I was intimidated, I'm not gonna lie, but I wasn't as nervous as I would have been, because they just, throughout the day, they just made me feel so comfortable. So I was fine with that. And the first question they asked me was, how do you think the 2 lessons went that I taught? So I gave feedback. I said they were really engaged and stuff. There was some calling out, and they were a little overexcited, so it did take more time than usual to calm them down a bit. But overall they were engaged. I feel like I had additional resources which were easily accessible to different types of children and stuff. And also on my PowerPoints I used a beige background instead of a white background, because I know children with dyslexia find it hard to read black words on a white background, so I made that accessible to them as well if there were any dyslexic children in a class. Then they asked me to tell them about myself. I absolutely hate that question, but I just summarized what I've been doing, why I'm interested in teaching, and how it would be lovely to go back to the school I was a student at, and you know, just give back to my community. It would be amazing. Then they asked me to give them an example of when I've taught cross-curricular lessons. So I just spoke about how recently we had a PHSE lesson on healthy eating, and how in maths we were learning about halves and quarters. So we got them to make a fruit salad using like 2/4 of an orange, half of a pineapple ring or whatever, and they really liked that. And then what else did they ask me? They asked me to comment on my sort of behaviour management style, and I said I prefer silent discipline, so as not to take attention away from the whole class. So to stop a class and yell at a child, other kids just start getting drawn away and disengaged. I'd rather just tell that child to sit aside or something, and then when the children are going off to the work, then I'll discipline that child and ask them what happened and stuff. And if there are rewards in place, take those away, and just in line with the school's behaviour policy, if there's like a red card, green card thing, you know, just apply those rules. And then what else did they ask me? They asked me how I differentiate in my lessons. So I said I usually do a teacher-led focus group. So I always ask children, if you want to work with me on a carpet, you can. And I also have a list aside of the children who are going to work with me, who are actually going to work with me, like they don't have a choice. And also at my main placement, how we differentiate worksheets, but also how we do the mastery approach and have additional resources, so it's accessible to all children. Then they asked me about assessment, so I told them about formative assessment, which links into differentiation. So after each lesson, when we're looking through books and working with a child, we'll just note down how we feel they're doing. The next day, if we feel they haven't been that great with the previous lesson, we'll differentiate a worksheet, or we'll get them to work in a teacher-led focus group with ourselves. Then they asked me if I taught PE. It was just like, have you taught PE before? And I was just like, yeah. And then what did they ask me? The head teacher started asking me about my the head teacher started asking me about my personal statement, just what I've been up to and stuff. And he said that my application was really, really impressive, which I was so happy with, because I kind of felt that it would be a situation where we're not going to go easy on you just because you've been to this school. So I was trying my absolute best, but it was so lovely that he said he's really impressed with my application, because I have done things to support children in this borough that we're in, not just inside the school but outside of the school as well. I'm doing quite a lot. And first week of half term, I'll be going to Berlin to do some work with Syrian children who have immigrated to Berlin, so that's exciting. So I told them a bit about that. Then the year group lead asked me if I had a preference, would I want to teach reception or year one. I said year one because, to be honest, year two is actually the youngest year group I've worked with, so I wouldn't want to take a massive step down to reception, not having the experience. Like, things are a lot different from year one to reception. So I said year one, but either way, this is a brilliant school. If you put me in a reception, in reception class, I'm willing to learn. I'm a trainee teacher, but I'm easily adaptable. I'm always asking for advice and stuff, and I'm open to criticism. So, and they seem to like that answer as well. And then they told me that they'd let me know by the end of the day, which is good, because I hate waiting over the weekend and when they're like, yeah, Monday, and then it gets to Thursday and then they message you back with an unfortunately. It's like, you could have just told me on the spot, so I wasn't worrying. But it got to around 4 o'clock. As soon, you know, the first ring, I was like, And then it was my, I forgot who it was actually. Was it my year 6 teacher? I think it was my year 6 teacher. And she was just, she was dragging it out, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's like, have I got it or have I not? She was like, yeah, it was a good lesson. You did acknowledge that some children were pulling out a little bit, and like other stuff. I didn't get to check all the children's work throughout the lesson. And from there I was thinking, oh no, because she's pinpointing the bad things. And then she was like, oh, but this was really, really good, and your interview was so impressive, and therefore we'd love to welcome you back at the primary school as a year 1 teacher. And that moment was just surreal for me. I can't even remember the rest of what she said. You know, when you're just saying, okay, thank you, yeah, okay. She was saying some other stuff I completely forgot. I think it maybe just like the contractual stuff. But you're looking at a year 1 teacher in September. That's surreal, because I've always wanted to work in Key Stage 2, but at this current placement I am in Key Stage 1, and I feel like it will be okay for me, and with the right support, especially from this amazing school that I'm going to be working with, I feel that I can do anything is possible. So do you know what, I've been looking at other teachers' posts on Instagram, particularly from Petite Primary, and just other Instagrammers, other YouTubers, and all of that help has really helped me to be successful in this interview. So I hope my videos can do the same for you. And if you're applying, good luck. There is a job out there for you. You will get it. I'm a strong believer in whatever is meant to be will be. So if there's a job you've applied for and you wasn't successful, that's because there's a better one out there waiting for you. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and see you soon.